Welcome back to the Transportation Half-Cent Sales Tax. We've been talking about a little gadget here, if you will, that goes through the pipes and makes sure there's no places that are broken and it's very interesting technology. Chris Wood's been telling us all about that. But now I've got Heath Pond, and he is a gentleman who works for LPA, and he literally runs this thing, and you've been looking at it for a while as we were doing the interview with Chris. And now I want to ask you a question. We have all of this information. You run this guy through the pipes. Then what?
Then I go in and I edit the profile and do up all the paperwork that it takes to come up with the inclinometer and the ovality and the flat summary for it. And
now some of us aren't going to understand that. Mm-hmm. So modality?
Ovality.
Ovality. Yeah. What is that?
It checks the roundness of the pipe to make sure there's no flat spots in it and to meet DOT specifications.
So you mostly detect pipes that are in good shape, though?
Yeah. Most of ours are all new installation.
But your job and Chris's job is to inspect those pipes to make sure that they're in good shape. And they'll last for how long?
They could last, 30, 40 years, as long as it's installed correctly and, we don't have any major sinkholes or, problems with the pipe.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I imagine this comes from, the Department of Transportation?
Yes.
As Chris told us, they require this kind of inspection.
That's correct.
At this point.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing that for all of the bonded projects. Mm-hmm.
That's correct.
Those that belong to us anyway.
Yep.
Because there are some other contractors working on these projects as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so you study the information and you give the go-ahead mm-hmm. to the contractor. Yep, your pipe is fine. Mm-hmm. Now he's got to lay it. Or is it already in the ground?
It's already in the ground. When we inspect it, it's already in the ground.
Why would you take this and inspect it after it's already in the ground as opposed to before it goes in the ground?
Well, you can inspect it, inspect the pipe as before it goes in the ground, but after it's been laid and the contractors put all their equipment on it, and then that's when we do our testing once it's in the ground and been laid.
That's really the best time,
mm-hmm.
isn't it?
They make sure there's no settlement.
Technology has really meant a difference in this work, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
And this kind of technology really helps us to understand what's going on with the things that we lay underground, mm-hmm. as well as what we're doing on top of the ground.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Would you say the Charleston County voters are getting pretty good bang for their buck?
Oh, yes, they are.
I think so as well. And you're trained to do this kind of work. What's your title?
Inspector. Project inspector.
Project inspector. Mm-hmm. And this is what you do along with Chris Wood and,
mm-hmm.
and some others, and that's most of your job.
That's correct.
And when you get the results and they're good, boy, that makes you happy, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Well,
Gives me a job.
I bet. Thanks for the information. Been talking with Heath Pond, and he told us that, in fact, this is one way of getting information on those pipes before we start riding over them. And I think that's about safety, and it certainly is a good use of those transportation half-cent sales tax dollars. We hope that you've enjoyed our program as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. This has been the Transportation Half-Cent Sales Tax Program, and I'm Cheryl Harleston.
For more information about RoadWise projects, visit us at ccroadwise.org and follow us on Twitter and Facebook.